It's now 17 days to my birthday. And the message for today that came up for me actually came up for me literally like when I first woke up today. And that is to not take things personally. It's actually, if you've ever read the book, The Four Agreements, it's in the book, The Four Agreements. And it's something, you hear growing up, we know to be like a truth or whatever. But this is my journey, so I'll speak for myself, and I just hope that it resonates with somebody. I'm sure somebody out there can relate to me. But it's like, even though we've been told not to take things personal, we know that things are not about us, we still do. Right? We know things are not about us, we know we shouldn't take things personal, but yet we still do. And so, in the business that I'm in, I have to reach out to people, I have to contact people, I have to be in communication, and pretty much in all business. Like, if you're in business, right, and even if you don't, like being a living human in this world, we have to engage with other people. Like, we can't drive through traffic, go to the store, go to school, go to work, be in a relationship, have a family without dealing with other people. So regardless of what your life looks like, regardless of what environment you find yourself in, we have to deal with other people. And it's easy to take people's actions personally. Now, in some regard, I'm really good about not taking things personal. Like, I understand the person who cut me off. It's not about me. They're trying to get where they're going. Like, certain things I'm really good about not taking personal because it's like, it's whatever. Other things, it's harder not to take personal, even when it's not, still has nothing to do with me. If I call somebody and they don't answer, or I text them and they don't respond. Now, sometimes, I'm not going to say that it's never personal. There may be times when it is, but even if it is personal, it really that still doesn't really have anything to do with me. Now, that might sound kind of oxymoronic. It may not make a lot of sense, but if someone has an issue with me for whatever reason, again, just for the sake of the point in the video, if they don't bring it to me, if they don't express it to me, if they don't give me the opportunity to explain, then that still kind of has nothing to do with me. It's still like, they may have a personal thing about me, but it's kind of their thing. If they're not allowing me to address it, to correct it, to explain it, to give further information, whatever the case may be, that's not my thing to hold on to. So therefore, it's whatever. But going back to not taking things personal, because this is a video, this docu-series, this 28-day docu-series that I've been documenting is about me facing and uprooting things that have been a part of me for a while, that no longer serve me and who I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing. It requires me to be vulnerable and to be real, first with myself, and to address those things which are commonly originate in our youth, in our childhood. But when we get to be a certain age, once we get beyond, I'm just going to pick a random number, 25 or so, because, up until about 25, we recognize that we're still figuring things out. We really don't know anything. When we get to be 25, 30 plus, and we're grown now, like, we're like an adult for real. Like, we're no longer a young adult. We are full-fledged adult. And a lot of times, like, again, it seems like we should have it together. We should figure it out. We should know what we're doing by this point. We shouldn't be concerned with childhood traumas or childhood stuff, or, that little kid that's inside of all of us shouldn't be running things. Because it shouldn't be running things, because we're grown now. We ignore it. Dismiss it. We pretend like it's not there because we're grown. I'm not a kid anymore. You can't tell me what to do. Right? But it's there. The difference is do we allow it to run rampant, unchecked, or can we acknowledge it and control it, acknowledge it, and make adult decisions, even though the child in us wants its way, wants to throw a fit, whatever the case may be. Like, that's the difference. So for me, in regards to taking things personal, when I acknowledge a little girl and her feelings on why I tend to take things personal, it's kind of embarrassing because it's like, get over it. At some point you want to just like, get over it. But again, we can't get over it if we don't address it. So this is me addressing it. So that way I can get over it. And I must say that the things that as I've spoken on things and done these videos, I have been able to get through and get over a lot of things that have been holding me back, that have held me back. And again, it's a continual work in progress, but whenever the situations come up, I'm able to act different. I'm able to respond differently. And so I am very proud of this journey and the process, because again, this is the whole point. This was the entire point, not just to sit and ruminate, get it out, because I'm over it. There's things I'm just over. Anywho, I think the reason why I've taken things personal is because for a long time I felt like it was personal. Like I was often the butt of jokes growing up. I was often, and I say growing up, but even like into my adulthood, I would still be the butt of jokes amongst my family, primarily my family. Some close friends, but at some point when I get to like a lot of my close friends were more family than they were just like friends. I've never had a major friend circle. And so now, being in a new place that I grew up in, the new relationships that I've created, the dynamic is not the same. And so I'm not the butt of jokes. We laugh or whatever the case is, but it's not like at my expense. But growing up and in my family, it was at my expense. And while, everyone gets picked on, everyone gets teased, like, so what, suck it up, whatever. Well, I'm sensitive, okay? I was a sensitive child, and I can still be a little sensitive. Getting better, not taking things personal. That's what this video is all about. But I was a sensitive kid, and because I was different, I was empathetic. Like I wanted to keep the peace. I wanted everybody to be happy. And then whenever the jokes turned around on me, and it was, haha, look at Rashi because she, whatever the case is, like it made me feel bad. So with that, coupled with, again, some early adulthood experiences where I was being told not to bother people, to leave people alone. The messages I was getting from those was like, don't be annoying. No one wants to hear from you. What you have to say isn't that important. Now, maybe they weren't saying those exact words, but that's basically like the meaning that I was getting from those don't bother people, leave people alone. If I would make a phone call or reach out to somebody, send a message, and not get a response, the first feeling that comes up is I'm bothering them. They don't want to hear from me. Why do they want to hear from me for? They're thinking yada yada yada, XYZ. And they may be, or they might not. They might just be going about their life. They're busy. Everyone is busy. Everyone has a life of their own. Everyone is concerned and consumed with what they got going on. So 9 times out of 10, it really had nothing to do with me. So therefore, I don't have to internalize it. You may have heard, I know I've heard, again, shout out to Lisa Nichols. I'm going to have to get her. I'm going to have to talk to her. I need the one-on-one with her. She quoted her grandma saying that other people's opinions of you is none of your business. And she was probably the first one that I heard say that. But of course, since then, I've heard other people say it and, things of that nature. And so it is, other people's opinion really isn't any of my business. I can only do me. I can only do my best. I can only be me. Right? If someone doesn't like me, doesn't like it, that's fine. It's whatever. But it's not for me to question myself, my worth, my integrity, my intention, my mission, my assignment, my whatever. Like, it's not for me to question me and what I'm doing because someone else doesn't pick up, see the value in, or whatever it is so that's one, right? Not taking it personal, because like I take me personal. If I take me personal, which sounds funny when I think about it, if I take me personal, but the same token, you know what? I'm gonna look up the definition of personal. All right, so the official definition of personal is of or relating to the private aspects of a person's life, relating to or affecting a particular person, private or individual. So, I can take me personal. I should take me personal. We should all take ourselves personal, because we are the only individual that we live with day in, day out, 24/7, 365, from the moment we were born to the day that we die. Like, we are the only person we should take personal. Now, that sounds kind of counterintuitive, because we take so many things personal, right? We get offended by people's actions and whatever the case is, but other people's opinions of us, other people's thoughts are none of our business at the end of the day. So, going back to this morning, right, I thought I woke up to this message because someone I had reached back out to me. And so, a little context, I reached out to this person, I texted them, we ended up texting, and then I told them I would give them a call, and they said okay. I called, they didn't answer. My first reaction, if I'm honest, is like, dang, they're avoiding me, they don't want to talk to me, and I left it alone. I never got a call back, I never got a text message back, especially because I was thinking they knew that I was going to call. I had talked to them, they knew, so I'm not going to push. Don't be a bother, right? There's a story, don't be a bother, leave people alone. So I'm not going to push. This was a couple days ago. I woke up this morning to a text message from said person talking about, hey, did you call? I never got it. Like, yeah, I called. It went to voicemail. But I had made up a whole story in my head about this person avoided me, this person not wanting to talk to me, whatever the case is. And it wasn't even the case. So I got all my feelings. I kept it pushing. I didn't stop. I didn't cry. I didn't nothing like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I kind of took it to heart a little bit, and just to find out that it wasn't even that big a deal. How many situations do we do like that? Do we handle like that we come face to face with, and then we just get so upset because of something we don't even know about? We don't even know what someone is going through, what someone's facing. We don't know what they're doing, where they're at the moment that we call or message or we show up at whatever. We don't know. We have no idea what someone else is going through. So how selfish, I'm thinking about it, like how selfish of us to take other people's actions or inactions personal, because people have their whole own life. And again, this is not to say that some things aren't personal, but when something is related to an individual, we are the only individual that we have any kind of control over from day to day, day in, day out. So we can do the best we can, as long as we come with good intentions, with good motives, from a good heart. Let people be people. Let people make their own decisions. At the end of the day, if they say no, or if they don't want to talk, at the end of the day, if they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to me, they want nothing to do with me ever again in my life. So be it. It's not for me to take it personal. I can be hurt. I'm not going to say this again. This is not to be emotionless or apathetic, but it's just like making it okay. Making it okay so it's not something that holds me up, that I get hung up on. So what? My life will go on. For some people, this may not even resonate. It may be one of those people where it's just, you don't care what nobody says. You're going to do you regardless. And that's great. Kudos to you. I'm working on it. I'm getting to that point, because that's not me. Like, I didn't grow up with that kind of confidence. So it's something that I've had to develop. the confidence I have even at this point is something I've had to really develop. And I recognize that for my next level of myself, for my next level of greatness, my next level of success, that confidence in self, as well as confidence in my mission, what I'm doing, has got to level up. And in order for me to do that, I got to acknowledge it, I got to uproot it, I got to speak it, I got to put it out there. And then also, as I go back and hear this, it sinks down even further so I can do better going forward. And that's what it's all about. Day by day progress, step by step, the compounding effect of growth, the compounding effect of change, speaking my piece, doing what I need to do, showing up every day, doing it again and again, not taking things personal, and just trusting that in the end, I'm going to be all right. Not only all right, I'm not just going to be all right, but in the end, I'm going to be freaking more amazing than I already am, because I'm pretty dope. In case you haven't noticed, I'm pretty dope. And if you don't notice, oh well, not taking it personal, it's your opinion. But I gotta live out this dopeness. I gotta live out this confidence, because I am. And I have a mission, I have a purpose, I have people I need to reach. And me being afraid, me being concerned what other people think, me being caught up in stories that I make up in my head that aren't even real, only stops me from being of greater service. Only stops me from being able to help more people. Only stops me from being great. And I'm too great to not be great. And so are you.